This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We have our listeners jumping on right now. WAAF, Boston's rock station, also Portland's classic rock, 92.3 KGON. And our friends down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, listening at 98.3 The Keg. By the way, we know some of you are just joining us now, and you only get a few hours of the show. Keep in mind, if you want to check out the entire show, you can download the Men's Room app and get previous episodes and catch up and all that, because you are missing a lot of the hijinks. Big show for you today. Who Sucks Less coming up, and the word goes down the drain. Our question, what wasn't supposed to happen, as people just go into the amusement park, want to have a good time over in Japan, Universal Studios. What happens next? They are suspended 100 feet above the ground for 2 hours, upside down, as the roller coaster had maintenance issues. And that's not the kind of fun you expect when you pay $100 to spend the day having a good time riding rides.
And you also pointed out the woman at Yellowstone Park, all right, she's 72 years old. She is going for a walk on the trail, does not see the bison.
72, comes around the corner.
Gets headbutted by the thing, and then it pushes her off the trail.
Yeah.
Like, just get the hell out of there.
That is correct.
But her name
is Virginia Junk.
Right. That has nothing to do with the story, but let's face it, you get sidetracked by the name Virginia Junk. So a couple of comments came on, and first guy says, I want to kidnap that old lady, just so I can say I've got junk in the trunk. You also pointed out
good kidnapping joke. There's not a lot of good kidnapping jokes.
He pulled
out
it
there.
off.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, that one was done well. There was also, you said, man, would you marry someone with the last name Junk? And then you threw out the name Gross.
Gross, because
you married someone with the last name.
Well, I have family friends named Gross.
Well, a guy by the name of Ted Gross, he let us know that I'm Ted Gross. And then
tell him it's very difficult. If he was really,
he knows.
Okay, he knows.
He knows.
Ted already knows.
He's
saying
Ted
yes.
Gross.
All
He's
right.
just saying, I'm Ted Gross.
I'm Ted Gross.
And
I'm Richard B. Gross. Right. This is Faces of Death.
And finally says, how about Mr. Sleazer, my best friend? She didn't take the name right away.
Right away.
Last name
Sleazer.
So eventually.
What do you wear her down? I mean, like, come on, you know you want me, Sleazer.
Or maybe she was married for like 20 years and finally said, all right.
I'll take Sleestack.
People still taking the names?
I hope not. I hope that dies soon.
Hey, dude, I grew up next to a guy named Mr.
Yeah.
Fister. That's no joke.
Yeah?
Sounds like a right. Mr. Fister, that's no joke.
I think that's the most. I mean, if you'd like to, sure, but I don't think that should be a prerequisite for the job. Do you?
Or prerequisite.
Prerequisite. Anyone losing their identity seems to me to be a harsh thing to do. If
But
you're
it
trying
depends
to
what your last name is going into it,
Well,
too,
that's-
man.
yeah, sure.
You know, if your last
Absolutely.
name's like, look, it's Butlick. It's spelled different, but it's pronounced Butlick. I will take anyone's last name.
It's
I don't care.
It's completely circumstantial, right? If you ever met a Kennedy, you could get married to a Kennedy, you'd be a Kennedy.
My last name is Penis
I would
Tree.
take the Kennedy name. But I mean,
Sure.
a lot of the women that marry into my family, I mean, everybody wants to be a Smith. It's a pretty simple one.
Sure.
I don't know.
What
Is
kind
it
of
weird?
maiden names are they leaving behind, though? Because sometimes you're like, dude, take the name. I mean, gee. But I'm
Well,
talking
one
to
was one.
Hitler.
right, yeah, married to
One was Divine.
That's really the last name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd keep the name.
Yeah, I would too. Like, I'm
Yeah,
so
she tried. Me and my brother were like, no.
Mrs. Divine. Why not Divine?
Your
Divine
mother's
sounds good.
Mrs. Divine.
Yeah.
Because
Your brother could have been Mr. Divine. I say you have a choice.
Right.
You get to pick the best name. You know, the hell with the family.
why would you not pick Smith?
Well, it depends
Divine?
depends on who you're
Sorry,
matching up
man.
with. It depends on who you're matching up
My name
with,
is
yeah?
Steve Divine.
Right.
That's not a stage name, brother. That's my name. And then I'd go by
Taste me.
Stevie for
Taste-
sure.
taste me.
Stevie Divine. Hell, I'd probably look different. I would just dress
You
like a
married
pimp.
Stevie Divine is still fine.
My name is Stevie Divine.
You know
I'm fine. Girl. I'd sound like the dude.
I'm gonna
from
make
the,
you mine.
What is like Diet Dr. Pepper? I'd sound like that dude.
Talking about Lil Sweet?
Yeah, I'm Stevie Divine.
What wasn't supposed to happen?
You know, Little Sweet is somebody that used to be famous.
Probably a rapper now.
No, it's a singer. Is it the dude that was on American Idol and then wears a lot of makeup?
So it was like the first season or whenever Kelly Clarkson won, the guy Justin. With
Oh,
the
it's Justin
poofy hair-
Morini?
Yeah, it's him.
No, it's not.
Sideshow
it
Bob.
is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
guy who had
it
the
is.
movie?
Little Sweet.
I swear.
Justin
The guy who had the movie? He had the movie, right? Didn't he
We
have a-
only know him from the great
Like
movie.
Guarini
Yeah.
or
You're talking about
something
from
like
Justin
that?
to Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it the same movie?
I
Oh, yeah. Same
swear
guy.
to you, it's
All right.
the same guy.
Not that I
It's so
saw it.
weird.
Not that I know it.
So he's Little Sweet. I'll be goddamn. My mind has just been blown.
What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
He was not supposed to be Little Sweet.
It is him.
It is him.
American alum Justin Guarini. And how he became.
What say his name?
How he became Little Sweet.
He's Little Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I like him now.
I like the one where he's. All right, I'm going to stop. I love those commercials.
I used to make fun of Justin Guarini all the time. Now I got to give him props.
Yeah, he's Little Sweet.
Little Sweet's my man. He's my spirit animal. Hello, Chad. Welcome to the men's room.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Is your Chad?
Are you Chad?
Yes, sir. What
it is you.
Man, I'm down to 2%, so I'm going to tell you what shouldn't have happened to me.
All right.
We're heading to work, man. We go to work, we have these consultants, and they're like, you know what, man, we're going to do this sketchy job. I worked on the rig, by the way. We're going to do this sketchy job, fishing out this tubing, and we're all looking at each other like, I don't think we should do this, but, you know, the big boss has said, let's do this. So, we go up there, we go and do it, and what the hell happened? The whole rig exploded, bro. And when I caught on fire, burned 65%. I still think to this day, damn, that shouldn't have happened.
No, that should not have happened.
Yeah, you're right.
What oil rig were you on?
It was in North Dakota.
Oh, you were on a rig. Oh,
it was
okay,
actually a snubbing unit with a workover rig, so we go in there, we drill out the production so the oil can rush up to the surface.
Okay, so it's basically the same thing, just on land.
Yeah, it's on land.
Okay,
It's on land.
and so did anybody die in that?
Well, yeah, one of my friends died, and the messed up thing is we were arguing because I didn't want to go up there. I'm like, you know what, no, and I was cussing at him. I'm like, F you. And he's like, F you. I'm like, F you. And he's like, you're going up there. And I'm like, no, F you. And I had to go up there. And we were tripping some pipes. And thank God, we're like, I love you, though. And then he's like, I love you, too, man. It wasn't even 10 minutes later. Then
you should have said that. You should have
shot out the whole 100 miles an hour.
You should have said that at the funeral. You know what I mean? Like I said, F you, and he said F you.
I was actually in a coma, and I missed the funeral, but I was in a coma, and that's why I was like, what the heck happened?
That's a legit reason to miss the funeral, dude.
I think no one's going to give you a hard time about that, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, it would be funny. I think about it. I still drink the beer that he always got, that Heineken, I'm like,
that
because he was a big alcoholic. He would always drink afterwards.
And loving memory of my big alcoholic friend.
How long were you in a coma?
4 months, bro.
Jeez.
4 months.
And when you woke up, did you have any idea what happened? Well, you obviously remember the circumstances leading up to it. Did you remember anything else?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the whole thing. I remember waking up, man. And I was like, what the hell? And then I just thought about it. I was like, just like you said, well, that went south quick. You know?
But you don't remember.
You're doing good, man, and you're all making money. And just another second, I'm like, damn. Should have. If I could say anything to everyone, don't. Just because they're your bosses doesn't mean you have to do it. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna go with make sure you tell people you love them, because you did.
Nah, he's like, nah, dude.
Don't listen to your boss.
That's a big thing.
Where did most?
I am happy I said that. Well, I love you though. We would always yell at each other, cussing, and then be like, "But I love you though." Oh yeah, okay, I love you too, bro.
Where did most of your skin grafts come from? Where did they take the skin from?
This huge penis.
Oh, dude, actually my face. It's I call it my chest face. My friend, the other guy that passed away. I mean, not dead passed away. He got his off his butt. So I call him, ass face.
So you call him ass face, and you got all the skin for your face on your chest. So your chest face, is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, he kind of got the worst of the situation.
Do you when you shave, do you still have hair on your face from your chest?
Oh, dude, no, your hair, it doesn't allow your hair to grow.
You never have to shave anymore.
Nope, no more. They'll let the razors go out the window, man.
Well, there's the bright side to it all.
Okay, how?
Yeah, and I had a beard, man. I had a good one, not a huge one, but every day I had to get on that thing.
Okay.
So you got to look at the price on it. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm saving at least, I don't know how much money, but it's up there.
Okay.
Man,
All right,
oh,
brother.
man.
Damn.
I think he wins.
Yeah, he does.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
well,
supposed to happen.
as far as the comments go, man, people, they just can't get away from Virginia junk. I'm saying Virginia junk. Sorry, I mean, that's where they're at. So, comment comes, my buddy's last name is Dickoff, true thing. And I went to college with a guy named Harold Anus.
Harold Anus. See, no one's going to marry Harold. First of all, because he's Harold.
Right.
No
There's
woman,
no
no man
chance.
wants to go, oh, Harold, do me Harold.
Yeah, but he
but
went
your
by
last name Anus?
And no
he
one
went
wants to-
by Harold,
Harold.
not Harry.
And no one wants to be Mr.
It
Anus.
doesn't matter.
Or
Your
Mrs.
last
Anus.
name.
Mrs. Anus.
Still, your last name is Anus. Oh, wow. That can't be true. My wife's maiden name was Fangboner. Yes, exactly as you think it sounds. She was happy to take my last name.
I just want to get married.
Oh, wow.
What do you want to do when you grow up? I want to get married immediately.
But at that point, do you
Why,
even trust?
Why Tammy Fangboner?
Right. Miss Fangboner, I don't understand.
You're the teacher. It's right there.
Mrs. Fangboner.
Fangboner.
But it would also say that whoever her mother is loved her father because she took, loved this man in a way that no woman has ever loved a man because she agreed to the last name Fangboner.
Never done a sentence out loud until Tammy Fangboner showed up. Now I read it out loud every morning.
I mean,
Soon
when
as the
you
kids
put
come
your
in.
name on, I don't care if you invented the internet. It wouldn't be like, yeah, welcome. You wouldn't name any company after you. Fangboner.
Every time you order a pizza, who's it for? Ted Fangboner.
All right,
Hey, we're
wise
getting our
ass.
names on our jerseys this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Fangboner.
What's your name on your shirt? No. No.
What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA. Hold the line. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Southwest Airlines plane flying from Chicago to New Jersey forced to land in Cleveland on Wednesday after one of its windows cracked. The exit aisle window cracked mid-flight, according to the New York Times, but the cabin never lost any pressure, fortunately, as only one of the window's many plexiglass layers were affected, so this was nowhere near as bad as the last time a window cracked and blew out on a Southwest plane. One more plane story for you real quick. This is a little bit bizarre. You don't expect this to happen either. A man was detained for 15 days after removing an emergency exit door on an airplane that had landed at China's international airport. 25-year-old man, who has only been identified by his surname Chen, reportedly said he was attempting to bring fresh air into the cabin, which had become hot. He said he didn't realize the latch he pulled down would open the actual emergency exit.
What did he think it went to?
Because it was so stuffy, so hot on the plane, I just pushed down on the window handle beside me. And then the door fell out, and I panicked. He told the South China Morning Post he was later detained by authorities for 15 days for the unauthorized removal of aviation facilities. He received an $11,000 fine to cover the costs associated with the door's removal. Our question, what wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Shane. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hello, Shane.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
Hello?
So, Shane, what wasn't supposed to happen? We got you.
So about 2 years ago, I'm out hiking with my buddies. We're, day drinking, swimming in this river out by Eatonville. And I'm at this waterfall, and I'm jumping off into this pool. Well, as I'm coming up, I see this phone case, and I go over to the side on the other side of the waterfall and try to see what it is. Well, as I'm going down there, my buddy's flip-flop fell next to the phone case. So me being nice guy Shane trying to help my buddy out, leaned down to try to get the flip-flop. Next thing you know, I'm looking back and falling backwards down the waterfall and landed about 120 feet down, face first.
Oh, for a flip-flop, man? How much damage did you do to yourself?
That's the surprising part. I played the best game of Plinko of my life. I only fractured the lower three parts of my vertebrae on the very tips.
Oh, what a deal!
That does sound lucky.
Who's our grand prize winner, Steve?
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Looks
Jeez.
like it's Shane. He only broke half his back.
Did you manage to swim out on your own? Did people come in after you or what?
Yeah, no, I blacked out once I realized I was going over the edge, and I woke up. My buddies were on top of me trying to give me CPR and stuff. And I grabbed their hands. I was like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We're trying to save your life." And I asked them what happened. They told me I fell off the edge, and I didn't remember any of it. They had to drag me out of the water, and they called an ambulance and stuff.
I have so many questions, Shane. Who plays upriver? This sounds like Indiana Jones. Like, if I make a mistake, I'm going to get swept down enough. Like, I've never seen anyone play 200 yards drunk before Niagara Falls happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just. Surely you could portage around that or know that that's coming, or you shouldn't be near there. Like, how did you get so close to that thing?
If you're familiar, you're probably not familiar with Eatonville. There's this waterfall that everyone goes out to and swims, and it's a accessible path where you can go right next to the waterfall and look over the edge. Well, I guess they don't have any rails or any signs saying.
So you weren't even swimming. You just walked off the edge of this thing. You bent over to get a flip flop.
I was swimming. I was having a good day swimming.
All right. Okay. See, I would never swim close to an edge of a waterfall. It was 100 and some feet down. Call me crazy. I'm afraid.
Well, were you guys swimming up top, or were you swimming at the bottom?
No, I was swimming at the top.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they were swimming up the top before it goes over. You couldn't pay me enough money to swim up there. I would swim down here, but I would not swim up there.
So you cracked how long were you out of commission after you cracked your vertebrae?
That's another good thing. I was only out for, I was a Friday fell. On Monday morning, I got discharged.
It's also amazing you didn't
Nice.
you didn't get churned under the waterfall. You know what I mean? Sometimes the way the currents work,
Sure.
you just kind of get pushed back underneath, and it spins you like a washing machine essentially, and you can never get out. There's a hole kind of close to where Ted is from that's famous on the Patty Mac River, where you can't take
Patty Mac, yes.
You can't take a kayak down it, because if you go down the wrong chute, you won't come back.
People die in it all the time.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's just a waterfall, and the way the things work underneath it, it's you can't get out. What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
It's also weird because it's not that far from D.C.
No, it's right there, and it's not only that, but it's where the World Series of kayaking basically takes place.
Yeah,
it's not on a man-made kind of
right outside of D.C. Just where you'd expect the World Series of kayaking.
Right, that's what's so odd about it.
Trust me, if you've been to the D.C. area, nothing about that makes sense.
I never knew anybody that kayaked until I moved to Seattle.
Right. Did you ever see a kayak just on top of someone's car with in-state plates? I mean, out-of-state
normally
plates.
Normally that's Vermont plates.
Right, something like that.
If you go down to Florida, you get a sea kayak.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe at
You
the
didn't.
beach.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I remember as a
Maybe.
kid going to the B&O Canal once, and they had canoes. But I don't know that I knew anybody that ever owned a kayak.
No. So
They just seemed like
naturally-
crazy people.
Well, they were there, man, because the only kayak place we knew had the big-ass waterfall people
But
down.
now I'd like to go kayaking.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jess. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, when I was 16 or so, I lived here my whole life pretty much, and I'd never seen the Pacific Ocean, never seen ocean shores. And a couple of my buddies one night, it was in the evening, they came over to our friend's house and they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to the ocean?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And my best friend was like, "I'm going to sit this one out." So apparently my buddy said he borrowed his uncle's car, whatever. So we get in the car and we get all the way out to Aberdeen. And it became apparent that it actually wasn't his uncle's car. But at this point, we were so close to the ocean. It's well, we already came this far. So we get out there, and it's probably closer to midnight or so. And we're just getting out to the beach, and you can't see the water, but you can hear it. And I was really excited. So we were just going to camp out overnight until the sun came up. So we're driving around, and apparently we were too close to the dunes. And the only police officer in Ocean Shores happened to see us out there, pulls us over, and it turns out the car was stolen. So we all got booked into Grays Harbor County Jail overnight, and they were both 18, so they ended up getting charged, and I was 16. So they called my mom, and she was like, "Well, let her sit there." So she wouldn't come get me. So basically, that's not how it was supposed to happen. I did see the ocean briefly before I got on a 7-hour Greyhound trip back to Renton.
Oh,
Nothing says the ocean like the view from a Greyhound.
Nothing says you better learn your lesson like a 7-hour Greyhound bus ride, man. I don't teach anybody.
So
I don't
bad. I
teach
was
anybody
so
a lesson.
excited, and that was the first experience.
You can't believe how many places they stop. That's it. Just
oh, I know.
It never.
Yeah, it was,
that's all it drives you crazy. It's like, surely we can go 3 miles without this bus stopping, and the next thing you know, you're like, you got to be be kidding me. There's just one house.
Yep.
And then that one person on that house has got like a freaking piece of luggage. And they start walking down like, you got to be kidding me, man. They do home pickup? Because that's how it feels. I mean,
if your home sucks,
right, I know.
I mean, like if you live in the worst place imaginable, right. Greyhound's
now,
near
the last
you.
time I was on a Greyhound, it was more of an express, and they only made 2 stops. But I mean, but if you're on a Greyhound,
I did Greyhound twice, and it was from Baltimore, Maryland to New Orleans, Louisiana, and then New Orleans, Louisiana, back to Baltimore, Maryland, and it was separated by about a year. It was just under 22 hours, a little bit over 21 hours total trip, and it was. Probably the grossest, worst 21 hours a month.
In defense of Greyhound. Honest
it's not
to God,
their fault.
I took a Greyhound bus trip up to my daughter's college not too long ago to see her, and I took the train back. The Greyhound bus trip was great. Mm-hmm. It was really. It's like no, it really was. Like that
means you were the craziest person on the bus.
I did not have the highest expectations, and I got in there. I'm like, this is roomy. These seats are comfortable. They are leather. This is really nice.
It's not Greyhound, man.
It was a great.
It's not the. No, but look,
I know
you could put
buses.
any name out.
Yeah.
The problem is where this very comfortable, very spacious, temperature controlled. Although not enough exhaust in the bathrooms in the back. I think we could all agree on that. But it's not them. It's then they come to a stop, and just like landing at a weird airport, like it's not the airline, but if you stayed on the plane, right, and the jetway goes out, and you're going to wait 30 minutes, and they board the plane with whoever's at this mystery airport, and it turns out that everyone at this mystery airport potentially is a murderer. They are certainly crazy, and none of them have bathed. Like, it's not on Greyhound, man. I get it, but unfortunately, like your name, it's not you. Your buses are fine. Drivers can be a little suspect, but the buses are fine. But, man, the other passengers, there's something wrong with all of them.
Like Greyhound.
With all of them.
For when you can't hitch a ride. Because it's like your last option.
Are you going too far for Uber?
What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
Yeah, like generally if people are like, hey, are you going to come visit me from out of state or, like really far away places, they're not like, yo, are you going to take the bus?
No.
They're just like, they just assume you're going to fly.
Of course. The people that take the bus are the people you expected to take the bus. And they're coming home because they need something, right? So if your buddy is coming to visit you from 1,000 miles away on a Greyhound, he's staying for 3 months. And he needs something from you. Because it's not worth it otherwise.
You know why? Because it took him 2 weeks to get here. So if you're on a bus, time doesn't matter. So if time doesn't matter, like it's not like, oh, I got a week off, I'll get on a Greyhound bus and go someplace because it'll take you 2.5, 3 days to get there.
Sure.
So obviously, anybody on a Greyhound bus, they've got all the time in the world.
They plan on staying a while.
They
got time.
They don't need to get back home real quick. Right. Once they get there, time is on their side. They can take their time. I might go here next. I hope you go there soon. What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, I might say this name wrong. Hello, Berklin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty awesome.
Okay.
Sounds that way.
Oh, yeah.
You do that.
Yeah.
You do that by going up like, I'm happy. It's true. So what happened?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So what wasn't supposed to happen is I wasn't supposed to rob my dad.
You robbed your dad.
How was that an accident?
He's working at the bank.
It's complicated. Yeah, exactly. No, so I don't regret it at all either. He's a piece of work, so it's okay. But I was living with him at the time when I was about 17 years old. And so when I moved in with him, he told me it's not about family, it's about business. You pay me rent and bills, and that's it. You keep to yourself, I'll keep to myself.
Is that wrong? That's what I tell my kids now.
Say that again?
That's what I tell my kids now. They say, can I have Cheerios? I'm like, what's in it for me?
Exactly.
This is a business.
Now, let me
you
ask you a
want
question.
Cheerios?
Did you?
You gotta work for that stuff.
That's right.
Where did you live before you lived with your dad?
With a friend up in North Everett.
Okay, all right. And your dad, did he invite you, or did you ask him if you could live with him?
Well, I asked him if I can live with him.
Okay.
And so he was going away to Florida to see some girl for a little while. And so that's basically why he kind of needed the money. And
Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. You painted the picture already.
Yeah, he's going to Florida to be with a chick.
We already know who this guy is.
We call that trip the Sunny D.
Yeah.
Awesome. It sounds good. Well, anyway, so we took the bus because my car, the transmission broke down. And so I brought some friends with me to grab the rest of my stuff when I was moving. And we realized that it was nighttime. That's back when we had the bus passes. And then also we didn't have enough money to get back with another fare, so we wound up having to kick in his bedroom door because I knew that there was a bunch of change in there. And got some cigarettes and got some bus fare. But then my friend wound up messing with the handle on his safe for whatever reason, broke that off. So I was like, great, and I got to call some other friends, have them come out and help me break the safe open. So we broke the safe open, and yeah.
What did you
found his
find?
Alcohol and had a big party.
What was in the safe? How much was in the safe?
About $200, not much, and then just some important paperwork. But the next day we all went back, and then I brought some friends back a week later and cleaned everything up, wiped everything down. So I guess when he got back and found out, we even threw some stuff around and kicked in the door.
Oh, you made it look like a breaking and entering so that you could keep the money.
Oh, yeah.
And did your dad ever find out the truth of what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he already pretty much knew. He had to have known, but he told me that he called the police and filed a police report against me, and they found my prints in the house, and I kind of told him, well, no, ask Dad, and they're supposed to find my prints in the house. I lived there.
And I robbed you. So I'm just curious to know, what do you do for a living now? Tell me you do staging at houses. Oh, I can stage anything.
I work for a form of law enforcement, just security.
Oh, come on.
And now I bust people smoking.
See, the fire department always hires a pyromaniac.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Well, I guess it does.
How do you bust
You gotta
people
have the
smoking?
mind of a criminal, right?
How do you bust people smoking weed in a state where it's legal?
Say what?
You said you work in security and you bust people smoking weed. I'm like, how do you bust people smoking weed when it's legal?
Oh, just out in the parking garage or around the property and everything. You're supposed to do it over in your own residence, technically. But I just tell everybody, go across the street, go somewhere discreet, go to a park or something. Don't do it around a big group of people.
Just do it around small groups of people.
Yeah. So they go across the street.
Exactly.
Go across the street's better.
Yeah, of course it is, man. I love that. I work security now.
Okay. What wasn't supposed to happen? 844-999-OLA.
Just out of curiosity, do either of you guys have a friend you could call to break open a safe?
No, I do not.
I have a friend who I think might have a better grasp, but I don't think a safe would be their specialty.
Do you have or know anyone that has a safe?
Yes.
I know one person.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If I had
I'm
a safe, I wouldn't
speculating-
tell people I have a safe.
That's what I'm saying. I'm speculating on one person. Maybe.
I think one person who I think probably does, like I said, if they're smart, they don't tell you that they have a safe.
You're saying like a safe outside of a gun safe?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Right? Was that right?
A lot of people have firearms.
Was that right?
So I knew he probably had a gun safe.
I think I was right.
God damn, Ted, you're the worst.
I think I was right.
Do you know who may have murdered the suspect? If Ted knows it's you, your ass is going down.
You are
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying, people
Not
got
Frank
guns.
over there.
Yeah, was I right? Yeah, I'm right. I am right.
I just have I have a couple buddies that have legit safes too.
I was speculating on one person. I was right.
Oh,
You got it right?
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, right there. Yeah, I got it right.
safes are good, man. I like the little travel ones. I always use mine in the hotel room as well.
What do you?
What do you have in there? I never
What do you
travel
travel with?
with
It's so
anything.
valuable. Your weed?
Cash.
Really?
Well, I do put weed in some of them too. A lot of times. I've even put the stupid can I use.
You travel with cash?
The can that you're smoking out of, like in a Coke can or something?
Yeah, because sometimes when I leave the West Coast, yeah.
They break into your safe at a hotel, and what I got was
can
some weed
with a
and
can with a dent
Coke
in it?
can that you took a key and poked a hole.
I swear to God, years ago I did this in San Francisco, and every time we went out, I was like, hold on, dude, I gotta put the can in the safe. Boop, boop, boop. Well, I don't want to pay the extra fees, so I take my money, I take out a large sum of money before I go on a trip.
I see.
Okay.
I see. That makes sense.
Gotta have cash, dog.
What wasn't supposed to happen? More of your calls coming up. 844-999-OLA.
Robbed at the airport.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Coming up, the exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Apparently today is going to be a doozy. Who Sucks Less? Coming up right before we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. All right, let's go with this one. A terrifying moment that a lion tries to open a car door with its teeth as the occupants in the car look on terrified.
Yeah.
The footage shows a rebellious lion
It's a lion.
trying to open a car door with its teeth. The creature can be seen pawing at the door handle and making biting gestures in the clip, which appeared to be filmed at a safari park in South Africa. Passengers in the car looked bemused at first and stopped to see what the lion will do next.
Look at that.
But the driver can be seen clasping her hand over her mouth as she realizes it's trying to break into the vehicle and open the door. The footage was filmed by 36-year-old Brown Hadding, who was driving just
Brown?
ahead with her.
That's her first name, Brown?
Bronwyn Hadding. I don't know. It's weird. Bronwyn.
I don't know, just go Brown.
Yeah. Lions pawed at the door at first trying to get in. The driver looks over his shoulder to see what will happen next. But then the lion basically puts the teeth underneath the car handle and starts trying to pry the handle open. You could hear the handle opening and closing. It was if it had done this many times before, which it probably has.
Why wouldn't you have your doors locked? I mean,
here's
just
what you
first.
need to know. In South Africa, there are lions that can open a car door.
Well, they see these cars all the time, man.
That's impressive.
You know what I mean? The drive down. If anyone ever gets out, you see what they do to open the door. It's like, why not give it a try?
You know what?
My doors would be locked, first of all.
I don't know a lot
There's
about
no
the
question.
safari scene. I would assume that it's not like Ride the Ducks, you know, but I just can't imagine that you are just in your personal vehicle driving through a safari range with all these animals just there. You know, like maybe if I had I had a Hummer, or maybe if I had you know what I mean, like a big ass
Take your mind off the thing.
So relaxing. Look at these animals.
Man, there's a giraffe.
Go away, lion.
Oh, yeah, thank you. No, but I mean, maybe if I had a big ass vehicle, like, you know, that I don't know, a safari type Jeep
I've
or
done
something.
this.
Like
I have a lot of experience in this. I've been to the Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. You ride in a thing and you go see the animals.
You do ride in a thing.
What kind of thing? What's
It's
the
a
thing?
massive thing.
That's what I mean. This is like a Corolla that this woman has.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man.
The only animals, though, at Disney World, like, I think the dangerous ones, there's some fence, electrical fence or something to keep them away. But, like, when the giraffes come over, I mean...
They come over.
It comes over.
Because they're not carnivorous, man. All right, but here's the thing, all right? So you're in a Hummer or you're in a Corolla. And I would just think, one, if it could open a door handle, it could open a door handle. But if it cannot, right? If it's going to get in the car, I don't think it's going to eat its way through the metal. So does it matter if I'm in a Corolla or a Hummer? If it's going to break the window, it's going to break the window.
Okay,
man.
look, I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm sorry. Do you know when people modify
Right?
their cars?
I mean, like, if I'm in a Hummer, it's not going to be like, I can't break this glass.
Have you seen the modify guy who puts like the brush guard on the front and then he's got the protectors for the light?
Yeah, and he lives downtown.
He's got the 4 spots on top. Right, he lives downtown. That's what I want. That's what I hope I get into on the safari, not the Corolla that should be downtown. You know what I mean? Like I want it safaried out.
I think the chances, if the lion wants to get, but to me,
you know what it is?
And I don't know if this is true, and biologists might say different. My point of view is that the lion looking at a car, like, you're the snack inside of the plastic egg. All
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a big egg like the Hummer, right? Because that's more exciting.
I'll tell you what.
Now, to me, if I'm a lion and you're in the big egg,
right.
And I know if I can open this big, there's these tasty, juicy humans inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going after the
I either
Hummer.
want a military grade Hummer or I want one of those. Ted, what is the Mac Daddy Mercedes? It's the SUV, but not like...
Are you talking about the G-Wagons?
The G-Wagon.
Yeah.
That looks like something that you should be able to, like, lion-proof. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm with Thrill. I feel like this lion really is just opening doors.
Or going through glass,
All right,
man.
okay.
And second of all, right, like, maybe just lock them.
All right, now, let's see. We get a trip, definitely locking the doors, man. There's no question I'm locking the doors. We get a trip. The men's room's going to go on safari, but we're in Corollas.
No. See, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're
I'm
not
in.
going. I'm going.
I'm not doing Corollas.
I'm going. You're not going to take a
I'm not doing Corolla
We get
safari.
a trip booked to the South African bush.
But if you
also a good name for a strip club.
Did you see the?
And now we have Corollas, but you're not going to go. You're not going to go because it's a Corolla.
Did you see the footage of this?
I did.
It's terrifying.
It's absolutely
What,
terrifying.
about opening the door?
Yeah, the fact that I mean, my God, they're
And listen,
they're in a geoprism.
And the lion's not alone, man. There's a bunch of other. So it's not even like you would just open the door and jump out the other side. Because I want to say there's like 3 lions on the other side of the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
yeah,
whole
that one?
thing. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't.
I mean, yeah.
Look, man.
But
I'm
doesn't
I'm
matter.
going either
I've
way.
seen a
But
du-
if you're in a Hummer, how does that change?
I've
it?
seen a dude on the corner to freak me out, that made me want to lock my car.
But I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, first of all, just lock your doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the
That's
lions
number
can
one.
open doors, I don't know that the car matters. I feel like they're just opening doors.
What wasn't supposed to happen?
That's when you want the punch code.
844-999-OLA.
It's like they showed the lions Jurassic Park. Watch the raptors closely. They'll open the kitchen door, right? That was the game changer in the movie. That was
Yeah.
the game changer. If animals can open doors, things change for us, right?
Right, if animal,
it's just
right,
that because you run back to your house and you close it and look. Sometimes they could knock the door down, but it'd be a lot more terrifying if you saw the door handle jiggle and then the bear opens the door. Like, bitch, I know how to turn the door knob.
Look at your dog. When you get home and your dog, like the first
needs
thing
to go out.
Well, just the first thing you'll say if it's gotten somewhere you shouldn't, just go, "How the hell did you do that?"
Right.
So you're right. Animals shouldn't be opening doors. That's our thing. Maybe a raccoon.
Maybe a raccoon,
a monkey.
but
monkey.
but they're not lions.
Something with fingers.
Some with fingers first. We'll give them a pass, but not something that actively wants to consume us as food. I think that's the deal. That's the difference.
I think going out by lion sounds tough.
It does, but it also sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, being eaten alive is
It sounds like it sucked. It's tough because it sucked.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're taken out by a lion, that is tough.
And
man,
you
that
paid
had
for
to
the
suck.
safari. Like, they don't just let you in the park.
Right.
No, I'm serious. You paid by the car and the person
Yeah.
in there. So you paid to get eaten in your Corolla. It's a dumb idea. Still to come, the word goes down the drain as Houston came up with a bright idea to let people, adopt a drain and then name it. That's on the way in the return of Who Sucks Less coming up. And more of your calls, 844-999-HOLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.